Did you see those headlines recently? Just, wow. 16 billion passwords breached?
Yeah.
News outlets are calling it the largest ever data breach. I mean, 16 billion. That number is just staggering.
It really is.
It immediately makes you think, doesn't it? Could my Apple password, my Google, Facebook, Instagram, could they be out there, just waiting for hackers?
It's a completely valid concern. And just to give that huge 16 billion number some context for you.
Please.
It actually comes from a cyber news investigation back in June 2025. Their team, they'd been keeping a close eye on the dark web since the start of the year.
Okay.
And what they found were, I think, 30 separate unsecured data sets just sitting there, full of login details.
30 data sets.
Now look, it's true. Some experts, they do suggest the number might be a bit inflated, maybe due to double, even triple entries, or perhaps it includes a lot of old, kind of irrelevant data.
Right, duplicates and old stuff.
But here's the critical thing, really. Regardless of the exact scale, if your password happens to be in that mix, well, the danger for you is very, very real.
Exactly. So that's really our mission for this deep dive, isn't it? How can you, listening right now, possibly know if your account's been compromised? What concrete steps can you actually take, like today, to protect your accounts, protect yourself from these hackers?
Yeah.
And maybe the biggest question, how do you create a password that's so strong it's, well, pretty much unhackable? This stuff is vital, not just for us, but for everyone, parents, maybe elderly family members who aren't quite as tuned into these digital threats.
Absolutely essential.
So that alarming number, 16 billion, it paints this picture of a potential threat. But what's the real danger here? I mean, it's got to be more than just losing access to your email, right?
Oh, absolutely, way more. The consequences can be, well, quite severe. With just your password, hackers could, log into your personal accounts. But think bigger. They could potentially steal your entire identity, misuse it all over the place.
Wow.
Imagine your family or friends getting blackmailed, but it looks like it's coming from you. Yeah, it's chilling.
That is chilling.
They might try to get into your financial accounts, obviously, or just sell your personal data off to other criminals on the dark web.
So it's not just about the login.
Not at all. In some more extreme cases, you yourself could even be directly blackmailed. It really goes far beyond just, a forgotten password.
That identity theft or blackmail angle, that's terrifying. So, okay, let's unpack this. How exactly are these hackers, these bad actors, actually getting their hands on our passwords in the first place?
Well, there are a few main ways they go about it.
Cyber criminals basically use 4 main methods, right? Let's maybe break down the big ones.
Okay, the first one, and honestly probably the most common, is phishing.
Phishing? Heard of it, but what exactly is it?
It's all about psychological manipulation, pure and simple. Hackers create these fake emails, maybe WhatsApp messages, or even SMS texts, designed to trick you into just handing over your password yourself.
Yeah.
You've likely seen them.
Yeah.
An email that looks like it's from Facebook or Instagram, maybe offering you that blue tick.
Oh yeah, the verification badge scam.
Exactly. Just click here, add your details. Or those really convincing texts, pretending to be from your bank, like SBI maybe, say your account's suspended.
Right, creating urgency.
Urging you to log in immediately through a link they provide, like www.lionsby.com or something similar. These fake pages, they look incredibly real.
Scarily real sometimes.
But they're just there to grab your username and password the second you type them in. It's actually shocking how many people still fall for these scams, even though they're getting more sophisticated.
So what's the simple defense then, for you listening? How do you avoid these traps that seem to be getting cleverer all the time?
It's crucial, really.
Yeah.
Just never click on links in suspicious messages, emails, texts, whatever.
Just don't do it.
If something feels off, or if you think you need to check something urgent from your bank or social media, don't use their link. Open your browser, type in the official website, address yourself manually, go there directly.
Takes a few extra seconds, but
removes almost all the risk. It's that simple.
Okay, so that's phishing. What's method number 2?
Right. The second method they use a lot is called credential stuffing.
Credential stuffing.
Yeah,
Sounds descriptive.
It is. Hackers basically take advantage of those big data leaks we talked about, like the 16 billion password one.
Ah, okay.
If your username and password were leaked from, say, one website, maybe an old forum you forgot about or some app you hardly use, they take that exact combination, that username and password, and they try stuffing it into login forms on other big platforms. Your Facebook, your Apple account, Google, places you actually use.
And this works because, let me guess, people reuse passwords.
Bingo. So many people, unfortunately, use the same password or maybe just a slight variation across lots and lots of different sites. It's an incredibly common habit.
And a really dangerous one, clearly.
It's precisely why credential stuffing is so effective for them.
Yeah.
So the immediate defense here is crystal clear. You absolutely must use completely different passwords for different websites.
Non-negotiable, you're saying.
Non-negotiable.
Wow.
Seriously, for your own digital safety.
Okay, different password for everything. Got it. What's the third technique?
The third one is called password spraying. Now, this one is often actually more successful than credential stuffing
Oh, why is that?
because it's designed specifically to avoid locking accounts out. See, instead of trying lots of different passwords for one username,
Right.
hackers take a single, really common password, something terrible like India123, which is shockingly common.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. And they spray it across a huge list of different usernames. Like, imagine trying India123 against, say, 500 email addresses for government employees or something.
So one password, many accounts, hoping for a match.
Exactly. They're just looking for those easy hits. And this method, it doesn't need a big data leak beforehand or any phishing. It's just trial and error, exploiting the fact that so many people choose really common, weak passwords.
Okay, that makes sense. Spraying. And the last one, number 4.
And number 4 is brute force.
Brute force. That sounds, well, forceful. How does that work?
Maybe an analogy. Yeah, okay, think about a simple 3-digit combination lock on a suitcase.
Okay, got it. 1000 to 999.
Right. There are only 1,000 possible combinations. If you just sat there and tried every single 1,000 zeros into, you'd eventually open it, right? Maybe in a few hours.
Tedious, but yeah, guaranteed.
That's the basic idea. But hackers, obviously, they aren't sitting there typing manually.
I'd hope not.
They use specialized software. And this software can try millions, sometimes even billions, of different password combinations every second.
Billions per second. That's insane.
It is. So the shorter and simpler your password is, the easier and crucially faster it is for this software to just churn through all the possibilities and crack it.
Okay, that really puts password length into perspective. So how do we actually measure how strong a password is against these kinds of attacks? Is there a science to it?
There is, yeah. We measure it using a concept called entropy.
Entropy sounds technical.
It is a bit, but the core idea is simple. In password terms, entropy basically means the degree of randomness or unpredictability.
Okay, random.
Essentially, the more unique, the more random, and really importantly, the longer a password is, the higher its entropy score. And higher entropy means it's exponentially harder to crack using brute force.
So longer and more random equals higher entropy equals harder to crack.
Exactly. There's actually a mathematical formula behind it, something like log base 2 of n to the power of L, but you don't need to worry about the math.
Ew.
Just know that L is the password length, and n is the number of possible characters for each position. So you only use lowercase letters, n is 26. Add numbers, it's 36. Mix in uppercase letters, and jumps to 62.
So adding character types boosts in?
Significantly.
Yeah.
And adding special characters like exclamation points, question marks, symbols increases and even more dramatically. That really boosts the entropy.
Can you give an example, with real passwords?
Sure. Take a simple password like druv, all lowercase 5 characters.
Yeah.
That only has about 23 bits of entropy. Very weak.
Okay.
Now add numbers like druv123, 8 characters, lowercase and numbers. That gets you to 41 bits. Better, but still not great.
Right.
Now let's say you just capitalize the first letter, druv123. Mixed case and numbers, still 8 characters. That only bumps it up to 47 bits of entropy.
Only 47, is that good?
Not really. In fact, that specific password, druvol123, could probably be cracked by a standard brute force attack in about 17 minutes.
17 minutes for something that looks kind of okay.
Yep, that's how fast the software is.
Yeah.
To give you some benchmarks, anything below 50 bits of entropy is generally considered weak. 50 to 75 bits is maybe okay-ish. 75 to 100 is good.
But ideally?
Ideally, for a truly strong password, you really want to be aiming for over 100 bits of entropy.
Over 100 bits. Okay, wow, 17 minutes for druv123. That's less time than my commute. That's a seriously eye-opening statistic.
It really puts it in perspective, doesn't it?
It does. So understanding entropy gives us the why behind password strength. Now here's where it gets really interesting for everyone listening. Let's talk about the specific whats. What are the common mistakes people make? The passwords you absolutely need to stop using right now.
Right. Well, if you look at lists of the most common passwords, especially say in India, you see the same terrible ones again and again. Things like 123456, password.
People still use
You'd be amazed. And things like India123. It's just incredibly vulnerable.
Yeah.
But what often really shocks people is that even passwords that look complex on the surface can be incredibly weak. Take something like 1QAZ at WSX.
Okay, that has uppercase, lowercase, a number, a symbol. Looks decent.
It looks decent, right?
Yeah.
Mixed case, number, special character. But it can be tracked in less than a minute.
Less than a minute. Why?
Because it's a keyboard pattern. Q, W, S, X are right next to each other, A and Z too. Hackers know these patterns. When their brute force software runs, it doesn't just try purely random stuff first.
It prioritizes common patterns.
Exactly. It tries common words, common substitutions, and common keyboard patterns first. So even if the theoretical entropy calculation seems okay, if it's a known pattern, it's still weak as anything.
So avoid keyboard walks. What else?
Definitely avoid using celebrity names.
Yeah.
You know, Sachin Tendulkar, MS Dhoni, Shah Rukh Khan,
Yeah.
anything like that. Or even the names of people close to you, your best friend, your partner, your kids.
Why are those so bad?
Because hackers have lists of these. They try them early on.
Yeah.
Passwords based on common names can often be cracked in under 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Yeah. And the other common trap is combining personal info. Even when websites force you to have, like, minimum characters, mixed case, numbers, symbols.
No, but there's annoying requirements.
People often just take their name or a pet's name and stick a birth year and a symbol on the end. Like Dhruv at 1995.
Seems plausible. How long for that one?
That can be cracked in less than 9 minutes.
9 minutes. Wow.
Or maybe something slightly more random looking, like mixing in part of a phone number. Dhruv at 7488 still only takes about 3 days, maybe.
3 days is still nothing in hacking terms.
Exactly. It all comes down to predictability. If it's based on easily guessable personal information or common patterns, it's not secure, even if it ticks the website's boxes.
That's fascinating and, frankly, a bit scary how easily even complex-looking passwords can be broken if they're predictable. So, okay, we know the pitfalls. Let's unpack the solutions. What are the actionable strategies for you, listening, to create passwords that are truly strong, but also ideally memorable?
Right. The memorability is key, too. First off, the critical baseline length. Your password really should be 12 to 16 characters long, minimum.
12 to 16, minimum.
Yeah, just getting to that length makes a huge difference. It pushes the brute force cracking time, even for simpler combinations within that length, to potentially over a year.
Over a year, just based on length. Okay.
Now, for actually creating them, here are 2 really powerful techniques you can use.
Technique number 1.
Technique 1 is the first letter combination method. Some people call it a pass sentence.
Pass sentence.
The idea is simple. Think of a sentence, something memorable, maybe a bit quirky, something that only you would really know or remember easily.
Like a personal mantra or a memory.
Exactly. For example, let's say your sentence is, my first car was a 1995 Honda Civic that I love.
Okay, random but memorable perhaps.
Yeah, you just take the first letter of each word and any numbers in the sentence. So MFCWA199 5HCTIL.
MFCWA 1995 HCTIL.
Got it. Just that string right there. If you were to run that through a strength checker based purely on brute force, it would likely take around 9 years to crack.
9 years just from the first letters of a sentence.
Yeah. And you can make it even stronger really easily. Just capitalize a few of those letters randomly. Maybe the C for car, the A for A, the L for love. So MFCWA 1995 HCTIL.
Right, adding complexity.
That simple change. It could dramatically increase the estimated crack time, maybe up to something like 93 years.
93 years. That's incredible.
The absolute key here, though, is you have to create your own unique sentence. Don't use my example. Make it personal and memorable only to you.
Right, make it unique. Okay, that's the pass sentence method. What's technique number 2?
Technique 2 is using passphrases. This often involves using random words.
Passphrases, okay, like just words.
Yeah, the idea is to choose, say, 4 completely random words. Words that are memorable to you, but don't necessarily form a logical sentence together.
Random words, like
Coffee Mountain Bicycle Justice.
Coffee Mountain Bicycle Justice. Very random.
Exactly. Now, even a simple 4-word passphrase like that, with no special characters or numbers, just lowercase words strung together, they can still take years for brute force software to crack because of the sheer number of possible word combinations.
Just the words alone give it strength.
Correct. And then, of course, if you want to make it practically unbreakable against brute force, you can add in some capital letters, maybe a special character between words, or add a number somewhere.
So random words, maybe tweak them slightly.
Yep.
Makes it incredibly strong.
Okay, 2 solid techniques there. And a crucial rule, you mentioned it before, but it's worth hammering home because it relates to that credential stuffing threat.
Absolutely. You must, and I mean must, use different passwords for every single website.
Every single one. No excuses.
No excuses. It isn't just a suggestion, it's probably the single most important habit after creating strong passwords themselves.
And remembering all these unique past sentences or past phrases. That sounds like a challenge. Any tips?
It can be, yeah. One helpful tip is to try associating a specific word with a specific website. Link it visually or thematically.
How so?
Well, like Facebook's logo is blue, right? So maybe you link the word sky to Facebook. Then, when you create your unique 4-word passphrase for Facebook, you make sure sky is one of those words. Like correct horse battery sky for Facebook.
Something like that, exactly. Maybe Instagram you associate with photo or square, Apple, maybe core or red. You build that unique word into your passphrase for that specific site. It acts as a mental hook.
That's a neat trick, a unique anchor word for each site within your passphrase structure. I like that.
Helps keep them distinct but still manageable.
Okay, so understanding password strength using these creation techniques, that's one massive layer of defense. But passwords aren't the whole story, are they? What other essential layers should you, the listener, be putting in place?
Definitely not the whole story, first and foremost. 2-factor authentication. Always have it turned on, everywhere you can.
2FA, or sometimes called MFA, multi-factor authentication.
Exactly. 2FA or MFA. Think of it like having a second, different kind of lock on your digital door. It requires 2 distinct things to prove it's you.
Well, 2 things.
Usually it's something you know that's your strong password we just talked about. And it's something you have that's typically your phone, maybe an authenticator app on your phone, or even your fingerprint or face scan.
Right, like getting that text message with a code after you put your password in.
Precisely. That code, that one-time password or OTP, that gets sent via SMS or email or generated by an app, that's the second factor.
And a really vital warning here.
Absolutely critical. Never, ever, ever give your OTP code to anyone.
Seriously, never.
Doesn't matter if it's a friend, family, someone claiming to be from your bank, tech support, anyone. That code is for your eyes only. No legitimate service will ever call you or message you asking for it.
So 2FA is number 1. What else?
Secondly, we strongly recommend using password managers.
Password managers. Okay.
Many phones now have them built right in Apple. iOS does, Android does. They're really convenient and secure.
Why are they better than, say, just writing passwords down in my Notes app or on a piece of paper?
Oh, vastly better. Because a password manager encrypts your password securely. They're not just sitting there in plain text like in a Notes app. Your phone remembers all those complex, unique passwords for every site.
So I don't have to.
Exactly. And getting into the password manager itself is usually protected by your main phone lock, or often, even better, by your fingerprint or Face ID. It adds a huge layer of security and convenience. You can generate really strong random passwords right in the manager and save them automatically.
Takes the hard work out of it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Highly recommended.
Okay, so 2FA, password managers. Anything else?
And finally, just to hammer it home one last time, because it connects back to credential stuffing and why password managers are so useful.
Let me guess.
Use separate, unique passwords for every single account.
Knew it. But it bears repeating.
It absolutely does.
Oh.
If one site gets breached, and breaches happen all the time, you absolutely do not want that one leaked password to unlock all your other important accounts, like a set of dominoes. Separate passwords contain the damage.
Such crucial advice. Okay, so we've covered how to protect yourself going forward. But what if you're worried right now? Thinking back to that 16 billion number. What if your email or password might already be out there from a past leak? How can you proactively check that?
Yeah, that's a really important question. What's fascinating here is that there's actually a great resource for this. The website you want to go to is havebeenpwn.com.
Have I been? PWNNED.
That's the one. Havebeenpwn.com. It sounds a bit geeky. PMON is like gamer slang for owned or compromised.
Okay, havebeenpwnd.com. What do you do there?
It's super simple. You just enter your email address. That's it.
Just the email. Not the password.
Absolutely not the password. Let me reassure you on that. The site never asks for your password. You just type in your email ID.
Okay, safe enough. And what does it tell you?
It cross-references your email against a massive database of known data breaches. It will then show you a history of every breach that your specific email address has appeared in.
Wow, so it lists the breaches.
Yes. For example, when we were researching this, we tried a public dummy email like rendramodi1234@gmail.com just to see. It showed up in 13 different data breaches. The latest one listed was something called Alien Text-Based Stealer Lock.
What on earth is that?
Sounds like a type of malware, probably designed to secretly steal usernames and passwords directly from people's infected computers. The site often gives you details about what kind of data was compromised in each breach, too.
Like what?
Well, for instance, it might show that the big Twitter breach back in January 2021, which affected over 200 million accounts, included email addresses, names, and social media profile usernames associated with that email.
Okay.
Or another example might be, say, the Bitly link shortener breach from May 2014. That leak apparently included email addresses, passwords, though hopefully hashed, and usernames.
So it tells you where your email showed up and what kind of data might have been exposed in that specific breach.
Exactly. It's incredibly informative.
Okay, so here's the crucial action plan for everyone listening, tying right back to that scary 16 billion number we started with. Go to havenporn.com. Check your email addresses, maybe your main one, older ones you still use.
Check them all.
If your email is listed in one or more breaches, what do you do immediately?
Right. The absolute first step is to immediately change the password for the website associated with that breach. If it says your email was in the Twitter breach, go change your Twitter password right now.
Change it for the site that was breached.
Yes. And critically, make absolutely sure you are not using that same password or even a similar variation of it anywhere else online.
Because if it was leaked once, hackers will try it everywhere else using credential stuffing.
Precisely. So change the password on the breach site and make double sure that password isn't reused anywhere else. That's your immediate priority if you find your email on that list.
Okay, wow. There is just an immense amount to absorb here, isn't there? This whole area of digital security. But it's just so important in the world we live in now. It really affects everyone.
It truly does. And if there's one single takeaway, one most urgent call to action for everyone after listening to this deep dive.
What is this?
It's simple. The very first thing you should do, maybe even right after this finishes, is go and change the passwords for your most important online accounts. Your email, your banking, your main social media. Do it right now.
Put it on.
Don't put it off. That's your immediate step towards better safety and security online. And, thinking about all this, it really raises a bigger, maybe more provocative question for us all to consider.
Go on.
If companies we interact with every day are collecting so much of our personal data that could be breached on this kind of massive scale, billions of records, well, what other ways might our information be getting used or maybe even misused that we aren't even aware of yet?
That's a heavy thought to end on. What else is happening with our data behind the scenes? Definitely something to think about.